Mr. Connolly, may I have a word, please?
Of course, Mary, but only if you call me James.
This is not a social call, so if you don't mind, I'd rather we kept this formal.
Of course, that's your prerogative, Mary.
Mrs. Galway, not Mary.
I apologise. I stand corrected.
Is it true you've been poaching the female mill workers to join your union?
No.
Even though I already have a union for the mill workers?
No, that's not true.
That's not what I've heard.
Then you have heard wrong.
So no mill workers have approached you?
I did not say that.
Speak plainly, Mr. Connolly. No prevaricating or semantics, please. We're both too long in the tooth for that, don't you think?
I always speak plainly, Mrs. Galway, so I will tell you exactly what is happening.
Please do.
Presently, at this moment in time, the women and children that work in the mills are getting the most miserly of wages.
Yes, and I am doing my utmost to increase those wages.
Yes, but the problem is, you are not succeeding.
I am doing my best, Mr. Connolly.
Yes, but it's not good enough. And do you want to know why? Because those hard-working women in the mills can't even afford food for themselves, their children, which is leading to disease, sickness and an early death.
How dare you lecture me on the conditions in a linen mill? For I'll have you know, I first started working in the mills when I was 11 years of age.
Then you know how wrong it is that children are working in them conditions. And still, it's common practice.
Yes. And in 3 months' time, I will be testifying before Parliament in an effort to stop children working as half-timers.
I did not know that.
Yes. That is because you think that you're the only person capable of making a difference. But you are mistaken in that belief, Mr. Connolly.
I apologise and commend you, Mrs. Galway. But what about the systems of fines that the managers are imposing on the mills? Are you doing anything about that?
I can only fight one battle at a time, Mr. Connolly.
If the women sing, they are fine. If the women talk, they are fine. If the women dare laugh, they are fine. Simply unacceptable, Mrs. Galway, which is one reason why they should unite now and fight for better conditions.
The women are already united in my union, Mr. Connolly.
Not according to the women that came to see me. As far as they're concerned, your union is just representing the workers from the better paid jobs, from the making up section, not the doffers, the spinners, the piecers or the layers. Which means, Mrs. Galway, there's 18,000 unrepresented mill workers. And that is something that I will not allow to continue.
You will not get away with this. I will bring this up at the next Trades Council meeting.
Which is your right, but know this. I will be holding a meeting in St Mary's Hall and I will be signing up as many mill workers as I possibly can.
You are undermining me, Mr. Connolly, and that is wrong. Very wrong. When Big Jim Larkin was here, we worked together, not against one another. One day he would talk at a rally and the next day I would. But with you, it's either your way or the highway.
The women approached me, not the other way around.
You are a poacher, Mr. Connolly. But a word of warning, watch your step, because people are watching you.
Is that a threat?
No, I'm simply stating a fact. There's things going on in the background that you are not aware of.
Don't presume for 1 second that I'm a stupid man, Mrs. Galway. I have been campaigning for the last 20 years for workers' rights, and I'm well aware that people are trying to label me as an agitator and a nationalist, which is why I've set up the non-sectarian Labour Band.
A silly band will put paid to the rumours no matter how many times you march them up and down the falls and the Shankill.
I'm also printing pamphlets and preaching unity at Speaker's Corner every day. The truth will prevail, have no doubt.
Whilst those ranged against you print thousands upon thousands of newspapers stating that you are here to break the union. My goodness, Mr. Connolly, for a man who's travelled the world, you are extremely naive.
The workers know I'm here to help them, not to cause trouble.
You are relatively new to Belfast, so let me give you some friendly advice. Rein in your horses, Mr. Connolly, and instead of galloping full pelt over the edge of a cliff, step back and breathe. Enjoy the victory you won for the dockers and inhale the Belfast air. Let it circulate around that stubborn brain of yours and get to know the city's rhythms. For it's only then that you'll hear the whispers in the shadows. Otherwise, I guarantee you'll end up face down in the lagan.
You paint an ugly picture, Mrs. Galway.
Yes, but a realistic picture. This is Belfast, and this city is known for its unforgiving nature.
You're a good woman with a stout heart and a forthright manner. But what you fail to grasp is the leverage that the spinners have. If they go on strike, none of the factories can continue. They are the necessary cog in the whole machine. And if they stop, it all stops.
Yes, but you're forgetting one thing.
Which is?
Thomas Gallagher. He's the chairman for the Belfast Steamship Company and the owner of Gallagher's Tobacco Factory. He's also the chairman for the Employers Federation, and he's not a man for backing down.
And either am I, Mrs. Galway.
The classic paradox. What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object?
I'll tell you what will happen. If the women stand together and stay strong, I will demand that the whole of the linen industry will be put under the Sweated Industry Act.
That'll never happen. You're shooting for the stars.
And maybe with a bit of luck I'll land on the moon.
I have to admit, I do admire your confidence and your optimism. Most likely misplaced, but I do wish you every success.
Thank you. You're an honourable lady.
And you, despite your poaching, are a staunch advocate of the working class. So I wish you all the best in your endeavours.
Thank you. I hope everything goes well for you in Parliament.
Yes, me too. Stay safe, James.
You too, Mary.